I remember the accident only in fragments, like pieces of a dream that refuses to stay still. The sound of screeching tires, the violent shake of the steering wheel, Emma's scream, then silence. A silence so deep that for a moment, I thought the world had ended. When I opened my eyes, everything around me was white. A bright, soft light filled the room, and I felt weightless, as if I were floating somewhere between sleep and waking. I tried to speak, but my voice failed. I tried to move, but my body felt heavy. Then I heard footsteps. A nurse appeared beside me, her face calm, her voice gentle. "You're safe," she whispered. "You've been unconscious for 3 days." 3 days. The number felt unreal. My first thought was Emma, my wife, my best friend, the person who had been beside me in the car. Panic struck my chest. "Where is she?" I managed to ask. The nurse gave a small, reassuring smile. "She's recovering too. She woke up earlier today." Relief washed over me like warm water. Emma was alive. That was all that mattered. But I didn't know then what waited for us. How waking up didn't mean returning to the life we knew. How our minds had walked away from the same moment, but had returned through different doors. Hours later, they moved me to a recovery ward. The moment I entered the room, my eyes immediately found Emma. She sat upright on her bed, staring at me with a strange mix of confusion and fear. I smiled weakly. "Hey," I whispered. She didn't smile back. Who are you?" she asked. At first, I thought she was joking, but her eyes were serious, almost frightened. She looked at me like I was a stranger who had walked into her life uninvited. "It's me," I said softly. "James." She blinked, slowly, as if testing the name inside her mind. Then she shook her head. "No," she whispered. "My husband's name is Daniel." I froze. Before I could respond, 2 people rushed into the room. Her parents, except I had never seen them before. They didn't recognize me either. They walked right past me and hurried to Emma's side. "Honey, are you okay?" the woman asked. Emma nodded. "Mom, this man says he's my husband." Her mother looked at me with confusion. "Sir, you must be mistaken. Emma is married to Daniel Harris." I felt the floor tilt beneath me. "No," I said. "We've been married for 4 years. We live in a small house on Pine Street. We have a dog named Milo." Emma's eyes widened. "Milo? I've never owned a dog." Doctors intervened, gently escorting me out of the room. They insisted the accident might have caused memory confusion, trauma, hallucinations. They suggested my memories might be the false ones. But I knew my life. I knew my wife. I knew the way she laughed when she was nervous, the way she cried at movies, the way she held my hand while falling asleep. I knew her better than I knew myself. Except now, she didn't know me at all. That night, I demanded to see her again. When I entered her room quietly, she was staring at the window, lost in thought. I didn't want to scare her. "Emma," I whispered, "can we talk?" She turned slowly. There was no anger on her face, only sadness. I believe you," she said softly. I don't remember you, but..." She pressed a hand to her chest. "Something feels wrong. My memories, they feel distant, like they belong to someone else. I remember a wedding, a house, but the details blur when I try to focus." She looked at me, eyes trembling. "Why do I feel like I'm supposed to know you?" Tears filled my eyes. "Because you do. Or you did." We talked for hours. She asked about our life together. I told her everything. How we met at a bookstore. How we adopted Milo. How we promised each other that no matter what happened, we'd always find our way back. At one point, she reached out and gently touched my face. "I don't remember loving you," she whispered, "but I feel like I did." The next morning, doctors ran new tests, brain scans, cognitive evaluations. Nothing explained why her memories didn't match mine. Then something happened that changed everything. A nurse came to my room, confused, holding a folder. "Mr. Carter," she said, "we have 2 different medical files for your wife." She opened the folder. Inside were 2 sets of documents, 2 dates of birth, 2 sets of emergency contacts, 2 wedding records, 2 different lives belonging to the same woman. It made no sense, unless something during the accident had fractured reality for us both. As if we had survived, but awakened in different versions of the world. Versions that overlapped just enough to confuse everything. When I told Emma, she didn't panic. She simply nodded, as if she had sensed it all along. "I think we were never meant to wake up in the same reality," she said softly. "But maybe this overlap is our chance." "Chance for what?" I asked. "To choose which life we want." I reached out my hand. She hesitated only briefly before taking it. When our fingers touched, a strange warmth spread through me, as if 2 broken timelines were trying to reconnect. "I don't remember our life," she whispered, "but I want to." In that moment, I realized something important. Love wasn't just memory. It was recognition, something deeper than facts or timelines. We didn't know what would happen next. Maybe her memories would return. Maybe they wouldn't. Maybe we would build new ones. Maybe the universe had simply pulled us together because it wasn't finished with us yet. As we sat there, hand in hand, 2 lives colliding in a hospital room that didn't belong to either of us, I knew one thing for certain. Even if we had woken up in different realities, she was still my home. And somehow, I was still hers.